Hello, people. This is Bigsam Beats, and it's been a while. Um, yes, it's been a while, and today I just want to show you something very real quick. Something that has been extremely helpful to me since I had CUBASE 14 Pro. It's an inbuilt plugin that came with CUBASE 14, and I want to show you how it's being used and the importance of this particular plugin. Yes, it has a lot of function, but there's one particular thing that this plugin can do that is very, very, very helpful, and I know it help you as well. So let's get to it. So this particular plugin is called Volum. Before put on before I use compressors or any vocal rider on my vocals, I first use this particular plugin to control the dynamics of the vocal before I put in any compressor or vocal rider. It works like a compressor and also a vocal rider. You understand? So I think before I put any compressor on my vocal, I first want to use this particular plugin before because it's very, very good and it controls the dynamics of the vocal very, very well. So that if I use compressors, I'm still going to get the best out of the compressors that I'll use. I'm not going to overuse the compressors that I'm going to use on the vocal. I have this particular vocal, a lot of dynamics in this particular vocal. So I want us to listen to it. Let's listen to it and then let's see. It has some very low ends and very high ends. You understand? So with this particular kind of vocals, the plugin will work fantastic. It's going to help you. It's going to be very, very helpful. So let's listen to this vocal.
Away, and your lips close to mine. Tonight, while our hearts are aglow. Oh, tell me the words that I'm longing to know. My breath.
Okay, so as you can hear, it has a lot of dynamics in it. So with such vocals, initially I will use compressors or vocal rider from Wave, which is also good. But this is an inbuilt plugin from CUBASE. So for me to save myself from a lot of stress, I'm going to use this particular plugin before I put in any compressor. You understand? Before I use any compressor. As I said, the name of this plugin is Volum. Let's check it. So I normally put it on my bass, my vocal bass. So here is it, Volum. And as I said, it has a lot of functions. You can use it to manipulate any sound at all, not just vocals. You can use it on your keys, your drums. It has a lot of modulators, so you can use it to manipulate any sound at all. Anyhow you want to do it, any style, you can use it to do it. So I'm just showing one aspect of the plugin, or what the plugin can do. So we are going to listen to the vocals again, and let's watch the fader of the master gain of the plugin.
Away, and your lips close to mine. Tonight, while our hearts are
So you see where the vocal is hitting almost -6 dB, and for me, I don't want my vocals to reach at that point. You understand? So I want to control the dynamics. Where the vocal was very loud, it was hitting almost -6 dB. So this is how you're going to use the plugin to control the dynamics of the vocal. First of all, you locate this icon that says show or hide modulation connections. Indicate if connections are active. So you click on that, and then you come to this plus sign there, add connections. Then from there, you add connection. Now you have to select the modulator. I told you it has a lot of modulators. So now we are going to select the modulator that is going to be used to control the dynamics of the vocals. So now I'm going to add a modulator, and these are the modulators. As I said, you can use this plugin not just on vocals. You understand? So you can select any of these modulators and use them on your keys, your strings, your any tone at all. Depending on what you want to achieve, you should understand what you want to do. I'm going to select envelope follower. So select envelope follower. And then let's listen to the vocals again from here.
And your lips close to mine. Tonight.
The loudest part of this vocal is hitting -5 dB. After selecting the modulator, you click on the fader, the master gain. Click on it. When you click on it, you see now you have the envelope follower now appearing. This is where you need to understand something here. Because it is working as a compressor, you can use it to bring up the low part of the vocals, which is called the upward compression. You can use it to bring up the low part of the vocals and also tame the high part or the loudest part of the vocal. So for this demonstration, I'm just going to talk about or deal with the high parts, the loudest vocal. I'm going to tame it, you understand? So just watch the difference. This is the difference. You can see something here, the polarity. It is on bipolar. Bipolar means the plugin is rather going to bring up the low part of the vocal, the lowest volume of the vocal. That is what it means. But I'm dealing with the high part of the vocal. I want to rather bring down the high parts of the vocal to control the dynamics of the vocal. So I'm going to click on that icon to change it to unipolar. Follow what I'm saying so that you enjoy the full potential of this particular plugin. So now I turn it to unipolar. And another thing I have to do is the modulation depth. This modulation depth works like the threshold. So it works in hand with the threshold. And as I said, this plugin is like a compressor. Let me show you the reason why I say it works like a compressor. So let me click on show modulators in lower zone. Okay, so now I have it here. Here is it. Okay, so we have two of. Okay, so here is it. Now you can see an attack here. You can see release. You can see threshold and gain. And everything, all these knobs works like the normal compressor. The only difference here is that with this gain, it's rather giving the plugin a signal that reduce this part more, because now we've turned the polarity of the plugin to unipolar. Now this gain is going to rather tell the plugin to reduce the volume of the vocal where the volume is very high. So that is the difference. Apart from that, the attack the same thing as a compressor. The release it works the same as a compressor, a normal compressor. So this is the reason why I said this plugin works like a compressor. So now the next thing we need to do is the modulation depth. Now you can see the modulation depth. This modulation depth works like the threshold, as I said. Now because I'm reducing volume, I have to rather put it on negative. You understand? So put it on negative, reduce it to negative. Let me say negative 35. Now let's listen to the vocals again.
Away, and your lips close to mine. Tonight, while our hearts
Oh. So now you can see that where the vocal is very loud, now the faders are coming down. You know, it's preventing the vocal to hit at a certain volume.
tonight, while our hearts are
Fantastic. There's no compressor on this vocal.
aglow.
Just the volume plugin, which is in CUBASE 14 Pro. You understand? Now it is. You see the it's even giving the vocal some sweetness. I don't know. Maybe I'm hearing that, but as I said, there's no compressor on this vocal. There's no compressor on it, but this particular plugin is doing the magic. So before I put a compressor on a vocal, this is what I use first to control the dynamics of the vocal. Now look at when you get to the part where the vocal is very loud. Now it's bringing down the volume, or it's preventing the vocal to hit a particular volume. After putting this particular plugin on it, volume, then I can proceed to use a compressor. And now that compressor that I'm going to use, I'm not going to overuse it. I can use different compressors on this particular vocal, and I'm not going to overuse them very nicely. And I mean, everything works smoothly. I like this particular program. Since I got CUBASE 14 Pro, I've been using this plugin to work on the dynamics of the vocal. You understand? So that I have a very smooth vocal throughout the whole song. I love the fact that this is an inbuilt plugin. That is why I'm for it. I mean, apart from it being good and working perfectly on vocals, it's an inbuilt plugin that I'm not going to stress anytime I open my projects. It's there. Even if I don't have my other plugins, I still have it, and it's going to work fantastic for me. You understand? So I think as a mixing engineer, if you are using CUBASE to mix vocals and any other thing, you need this particular plugin. If you've not heard about it, the name is Volum. If you are using CUBASE 14 Pro, check this particular plugin. Is going to help you. So let's listen to how it is working on this particular vocal.
With the world far away, and your lips close to mine. Tonight, while our hearts are aglow. Oh, tell me the words.
Anytime I increase the gain, it's rather bring down the vocal. You understand? So that is the only thing. That is the only difference here when it compares to that of compressors, a normal compressor. So anytime I increase the gain from here, then it's rather bring that. So I said the difference is here. That is the polarity. When you click on the polarity and now it turns to the bipolar, it is going to work opposite. You're rather going to bring up the lower part of the vocals. You understand? But that is not what I needed now. I need the high part of the vocal to rather go down. So I put the polarity on unipolar instead of the bipolar. That is the difference. That is what you're supposed to know. And then also that's modulation depth working like a threshold. You understand? So you rather reduce it and then put the figure on a negative, and then it works perfectly on the vocal. I mean, the vocal, you have your vocal very smooth from beginning to the end. You understand? The only thing that you need to know about this plugin is, first of all, the polarity and then the modulation depth. You understand? The polarity and the modulation depth. These are the things that you need to understand. If you understand these two things about the plugin, that's all. Because it's just an opposite thing. The polarity has two ways. It has the unipolar and then bipolar. Bipolar means you want to break up the lower part of the vocals, and then the unipolar is the opposite. You understand? So bringing the higher volume rather down, and then I'm giving you a smooth vocal throughout the whole song. You understand? So let's listen to it for the last time and see how this vocal is being worked on by this particular plugin, Volum.
With the world far away and your lips close to mine, tonight, while our hearts are aglow. Oh, tell me the word to live, that you'll always be there at the end of my prayer.
Thank you for watching. See you next time.